hello, and welcome back to the Pocket Dimension. This is the podcast where we talk comic books and all things related. Ladies and gentlemen, I am joined once again by my good homie, Mr. Bradley Jacobs.
Hello.
What do you do, baby?
What's good?
I know it's been a minute since we've done this, but hey, we're back, and this will be our last one for the year 2022. And in respect to that, we're not going to be doing Comic Book Club, but we're going to be doing our top 5 lists of everything.
Yeah, from this year to from series to
movies to comic books.
Yeah.
And let us know when we get to that segment. Let us know what are your top picks. But also in the spirit of like December, Brad and I have been talking, we're going to be doing a giveaway. Yeah. So stay tuned for that. We'll announce all that at the end of the show after everything. But yeah, quick breakdown of the show. As per usual, we're going to do our Wizard segment, which is our News and Geeks news. Call Order, which is the books we're picking up and books we've read. Mm-hmm. And then obviously we're not going to do Comic Book Club today, but we're going to be jumping into our list, as we said. All right. Kicking off with some news.
Where do we want to start with this one? I think let's start with the whole DC chaos that's happening with.
Oh, is that okay? Kick off.
Let's start it off there.
Okay. Because that's quite fresh as well. Yeah.
I think it's a very fresh wound for some people. Like, we recently got news that Wonder Woman. That's no longer filming. It's kind of being cancelled, which is, I mean, for me, it's okay. Superman, Henry, everybody that loves Henry as Superman,
Henry Cavill,
also has been cancelled. But I understand the, not a hate, but the anger towards it. Like, you had all of these things happen.
I think I saw this morning hashtag fire James Gunn is like trending on Twitter.
That is the stupidest thing.
Oh, it's so wild. I get Henry Cavill played a really great Superman, and I know a lot of people are like, for a lot of people that's their Superman, which I get it. He's a good Superman. He's a good actor. But I'm also, it's like, I have the same kind of like feelings as you do. It's like it's not that I don't care. It's like it doesn't upset me as most people.
I think what some people, I don't want to like convince anybody. But I think the reason they brought in James Gunn is just so that he can restart the DC universe, like the DC vibe. I mean, we would love to see more DC as a Marvel property per se, but not in the same light, because DC have their own stories, they have their own kind of vibe, their own like creative team and stuff like that. It would be very nice to see what they can do with that, because recently we've been getting nonsense. I mean, not like complete nonsense. It's just like, what is happening with guys?
I think it's what's making it worse is because like Black Adam. Dwayne Johnson came out and was like, oh yeah, Superman. There was that cameo of Henry Cavill that hyped people up, and like I get it. Like you gave people what they wanted, and then they kind of like snatch it away.
Yeah.
So I think there was I don't know. It's a bit of a mess at the moment, but listen, like, let James Gunn do what James Gunn does. You know, he did such a great job with Guardians of the Galaxy. The trailer for the third one came out. That movie looks like it's going to be great.
Yeah.
Like, just allow them to do, you know?
He's been doing this for how many years? I understand everybody, but he just knows what
needs to be done.
What can't work. And, I mean, if he doesn't want to do it, he can also like suggest, be like, no, we can't. I think he sees something great within the DC universe and what he can sort of not put his hand on, but like work with, and what he can change.
Exactly.
And I think when it came to Henry, maybe a reset of the whole DC universe would be cool. Like reading Dark Crisis and the other comics. It would just make sense to just flip it around. Maybe they could do a Superman in that universe, but then it would still confuse some users. But I mean,
you know what? Sorry, this is where my kind of like my problem comes in, because both you and I read comic books, and like when you go to watch a comic book movie, yes, you're not expecting to get the exact like iteration of the comic book. Like look at the Infinity War. It's not exactly what happened in the comic books, like because Adam Warlock played a big part of that. So you're not going to expect the exact comic book in movie form or in series form. You know, you want to see it adapted, but like you can tell when there's a love for something, and that's what James Gunn has. He's got a love for these characters, for this universes. You know, so so taking, and I saw a video. This actually what's bringing this idea up is that I saw a video is that because with Black Adam and everything was surrounding Dwayne Johnson and like the hype and like Dwayne Johnson is a very recognized, like I think he's one of the top actors. You know, he's almost in everything for the past like 4 years or something, you know. So he's a very recognizable character, and obviously that's going to sell mind People are going to want to see that movie. Yeah. But there's no love for, like, okay, this character, mind you, I haven't seen Black Adam.
Neither have I. I've just heard bad things about it.
Exactly. So I'm going off the marketing of it. Like I haven't seen Black Adam because I have no need to. I know that there's no love gonna put in that movie. You know what I'm saying? No love for the comic book fan. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it's a fun movie. Maybe you got some really cool action scenes. But in terms of like a comic book fan, I don't know if it appeals.
Yeah, I can understand that. Like I think for me, the Black Adam vibe was just, I didn't really enjoy Black Adam, you know, like
I mean, he's a Shazam character.
Yeah,
so,
like it was
just
Shazam, not my first.
It's not a character I'm running to go see in the cinemas. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And apparently Dwayne Johnson like refused to be in the second Shazam. To be honest, I haven't even seen the first Shazam. Everyone's like, "Oh, watch it, it's fun. Watch it, it's fun." I'm like,
"Yeah, it's quirky."
Yeah,
that's as far as it goes.
Like that's my interest for I love comic books, but the Shazam character, I'm just like I have no interest in whatsoever. But yeah, I mean, listen, I understand why people are upset about the Henry Cavill not being back, because they did give that like that post credit scene, like, "Hey yo, this is what's on the horizon," and then you know, fans are let down. And I think because people are such Henry Cavill stans, and I get it, the man is like a great actor. He does
and he's a really
nice
good role. Person on top of that.
Exactly, you know, he's a nerd on top of it. He does like what's that Warhammer?
Who plays World of Warcraft still? I mean, I know there's like millions of you, and I apologize for that, but he plays World of Warcraft.
Exactly. So he has love for the properties, and you can tell he's put a lot of love into Superman, into being Superman. I mean, Man of Steel is still a really good movie, you know?
I agree with that. I enjoyed it.
So I understand why people are sour about it, but I'm like, also trust the process. Yeah. You know, trust the process. It's going to get worse before it gets better, in my opinion.
I think Black Adam, no offense to Dwayne The Rock Johnson and everybody in that, I think maybe that was the turning point for the universe.
I would say, also, I feel like the timing
came from that. Nothing else came from DC during that period.
Yeah, no.
Well, after that.
Also, I feel like the timing of the Black Adam release, it was a month before Wakanda Forever.
That was a horrible idea.
Yeah, no, that I don't know, that movie. I think it got pushed back, so they were like, "Hey, listen, we've got to just release."
Yeah,
I know they got Blue Beetle and The Flash is still coming out.
Is The Flash still happening?
I think so. My thing is,
it's like still in problems.
Yeah, no. My thing is why they're holding on to The Flash with all fingers is because they need that movie to reset everything. Flashpoint type thing. You know what I'm saying?
Why don't they just cast a new Flash? Like, make a new Flash. But that's a horrible idea, because it's just because he's been a nonsense in the public.
Like, exactly. So it's not good.
Doing horrible things, and that's why I'm like, I don't like him.
Didn't he kidnap people? Was it like kidnapping?
No, bro. He was like sexually harassing like people on the cast. He was being a complete ass.
Like within the filming.
Yeah, he was also like harassing.
What's going on with that homie?
The star. lost his whole mind. Like,
oh man,
even look at him. You're like, this is the Flash. Lost his mind.
Fair.
Flash lost his mind.
Fair.
That man's lost his mind. I don't know. It's just, I don't know. He always had that weird, like,
yes,
kind of, no, what do you call that? Like slimy kind of human being kind of vibe.
Oh really?
To me, I looked at him and I'm like, this man is dirty.
I don't know. I remember seeing him in Perks of Being a Wallflower and feeling like so terrible for him and like.
Okay, you can feel like that. I can still look at him and be like, you dirty
well, not
man.
him as like his character in the movie. I was like, oh, okay, that's my first iteration of Israel Mudd. I'm like, man, it's such a sad character.
Yeah, no, I just even before like all the stories and stuff came up, I just looked at him and it was just like sometimes you just judge a person's character and you just like something's
not right here.
I can see your aura, bro.
I think playing Credence in that Fantastic Beasts, that movie's confused the hell out of me. I don't know what's going on. Like I love the Harry Potter movies, the Fantastic Beasts.
The one that came after the Harry Potter.
Yes, it's like a prelude type thing where it's like young.
He was in that.
Yeah, he was Credence.
I forgot.
He was like
I'm actually picturing him now. He was that creepy little.
Yeah, the weirdo.
The kid that explodes and the thing happens.
Oh
See?
Man. See?
Dirty.
He's meant to play weirdos. Oh man. Okay, let's we'll see what happens with DC.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be very nice to see what comes from it, and like. I don't mind it taking a while. Because I know it takes a while for movies to be produced.
Yeah.
Like, I don't mind it taking like another year or another year. Like we still have Batman 2 coming at some point. Like I don't mind it taking a little longer than usual.
Yeah.
Just so that we can get a good story and a good. If you
look, so this is the way I kind of like going into this. This is the way I think about it. Look at the Suicide Squad. That first Suicide Squad that came out, terrible,
horrible.
Then
and that's such a
James Gunn did the second one. That was 1,000 times better.
Really?
1,000 times better. And they still kind of like, so you can tell it's a reboot without it being like a hard reboot. You know what I'm saying? Because obviously Margot Robbie still plays Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
That one brad plays Sergeant Flag, whatever his name is. But it's a whole new cast of characters. So it's in the same realm. It's a reboot without it being like too jarring.
Yeah, you know why I missed out on Suicide Squad, the second one? Because I judged it on the first one.
You see.
So I watched the second one, yeah.
And I feel like that's the same thing as, oh no, you took away Henry Cavill, you took away this, like, yes, he's taking away, he's cleaning a house.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I kind of like, if you think about it, this is kind of like what is, like, if you go and you watch a movie with Superman, and you see Henry Cavill, your immediate mind is gonna go, oh, this is nothing compared to the Snyder Cut. This is nothing compared to the Justice. You see what I'm saying? So that comparison is already there.
Yeah.
So I kind of fully understand.
You need a clean slate for
you need
that to happen.
Also, I seen a lot of people like doing like, oh, this person would be great. This person would be great. I feel like if they cast Superman again, you should do like a actor who doesn't, like, for instance, they did Tenoch goodness, his name escaped me, for Namor.
Oh yeah, that's like somebody that you would have never known, but he
was
plays
in a couple things, a handful of things.
Insane. He plays his character insane.
So you gotta give way for you know those actors.
Yeah. That's a vibe.
Yeah, no.
I'm very interested to see what happens and what comes from it. Like, I mean, I'm here for it.
Me too.
I'm here for it. Like,
it's that's what I say. It's gonna get messy because we're cleaning house.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I also just wanted to say, I know I'm whispering.
Yeah.
I kinda didn't like the Justice League.
The movie. Snyder Cut.
I mean, it was okay.
Okay.
That's a bold statement to have at this moment.
No, I think a lot
but I'm just like, I mean...
Okay.
Like...
Interesting.
Like,
okay.
It just felt like there was something missing. Like, they just... Like... Scott Snyder.
We are talking about the Snyder cut, right?
Yeah,
4 hour.
yeah.
Okay.
Like 4 hours. What do you mean?
Yeah, it's a 4 hour. The Snyder cut's like 4 hours, I think.
Nah, bro, three and a half.
Basically
Don't compare it to Lord of the Rings. Come on.
Basically 4.
I'm joking. Yeah, basically 4. But yeah, like it just felt like there was something missing.
Okay.
Like,
you know what I think?
There were things happening.
Yeah.
And then it built on it.
And
then there were things happening again. And then there were things happening. And then flash. And then things happen. And it just like there needed to be. I felt like for the Flash there wasn't enough character development. For Wonder Woman already had 2 movies before that.
Fair.
What's his Ben Affleck?
Everyone kind of knows Batman anyway. Yeah.
Ben Affleck and Henry had Batman vs Superman. Aquaman had his own thing, so there wasn't like an understanding of like Flash and all of the different things happening with it. But I just feel like there was something missing, and I couldn't understand what was. I was like, this is cool.
Yeah.
The villains are rad. The duties are nonsense. It's like I can understand. I can picture it. I know what's happening. But it just felt like there was something missing.
You know why?
I don't know.
You know why? Because I think what the plan was, this is what we're creating. It's the beginning of world building. And because it was cut short, so a lot of plot threads and a lot of setup happened, but because it didn't really go anywhere, that's that. So it feels very empty.
But then, give us 2. 3. Give
the
us.
Studio was like, nah, bruh. Take your script and go.
Then, like, they needed somebody to pitch it. Like, be like, we need it for 3. Like, we cannot fill the whole story with 7,000 things.
Fair.
We cannot.
Yeah.
Like, it's physically and mentally impossible.
It's hard.
And you're going to destroy the person sitting in their seat for 4 hours and be like, what am I even watching? It's just, that's my 2 cents.
I think that also it's a lot of like a political game. There's a lot of like politics happening within like studio versus director versus a lot of butting heads. So
and certain things some people won't
to navigate
kind
that
of thing.
It's always it's a 50-50. Either you're gonna get it right or that kind of. Look at Matt Reeves for instance. He was like, "Hey, this is what I want to create. This is one," and it's 3-hour great Batman movie.
Yeah, but it was a vibe.
It
Many
was
people
good.
didn't like it for some reason. That's fine.
I can
understand why.
Yeah, that's subjective. Yeah, no, that's
that
okay.
Batmobile.
We'll dive into that a bit later. Speaking of like Batman, next topic next kind of like headline would be Greg Capullo, known for his Batman run with Scott Snyder, is coming to do some Marvel work. Hey. So I think he's starting out doing like some covers.
Yeah.
And then later on gonna do interiors on so
that'd be very nice to see. I've enjoyed his work.
Right? When I started reading comic books, his was the first. The New 52 Batman run. That's what I started.
Like his work is really good, but it would be nice to see what do you think he'd jump on Daredevil?
So that's basically my question. Like what book would you want to see Greg Capullo do in Marvel?
I'm thinking like maybe you jump on Daredevil. Like it would be.
Okay. I don't know. Marco Cicchetto is killing it right now. Don't take Marco off.
There could be another run of Daredevil. Not I'm saying like a brand new one, but I don't know. Daredevil would be cool. We could do a Spidey, but I don't know how that's gonna work because Spidey.
He's done some Spawn stuff. So I know when he's done some Spawn stuff. So I think Spidey would be a good kind of
like a Venom, if they could be rework of the creative team. A Venom would work because that would be like a nice dark horror kind of. Even Ghost Rider.
And Ghost Rider. Yes, we found the winner. Ghost Rider. Yes, I'm 100% behind that.
That's a vibe.
Okay, cool. Yes, because I was thinking about it. I was like, Moon Knight is too close to Batman. It would be cool for Moon Knight, but no, Ghost Rider's the one.
Yeah,
and look, if you follow Greg on like Instagram, he's always like playing like heavy metal music, like he plays guitar and stuff, and I feel like he brings that like
Just-
Metallica vibe in.
Maybe it would be Ghost Rider. Maybe that's what his first.
Yes, him and who's the kind of Ben Percy, because they're
that'd
both
be-
like
Like
they're like manly men, you know.
and they ride like, well, he rides dark, and he knows how far to take it and how quick he can bring it back. Ooh.
Okay, Ghost Rider's the winner. When Greg Capullo comes, what would you want to see Greg Capullo do in for Marvel for interiors? Actually, yeah. Let us know, because you sold me on Ghost Rider. Actually, that would be so good. Because the thing with Greg, he plays really well with negative space. If you read like his Batman stuff, he does similar style to Jim Lee. So the negative space, like the cape and all that. So,
he knows how to
and
work.
I feel like with Ghost Rider, you can play with those intricacies of his design, kind of thing, you know, like the head and the leather jacket and Ghost Rider.
That'd be
I don't want to get anything else but Ghost Rider.
Oh, that'd be very nice. I do want to touch on one thing. I know it's not part of the comic book news, but I mean, I'm gonna do it anyway. Like, I've recently been watching Bleach.
Yeah.
And I've been trying to get you to watch Bleach. Like, every single time we have a session, we sit down and we do that. I've been trying to get you to watch Bleach.
I'm knee deep in Hunter.
It's getting insane. Like, I know on our channels, we asked people to suggest what we can read and what else we can put up on the channel. And my one friend Leland mentioned that we should just have a little chat about Bleach.
Okay.
Let me tell you, I've read the manga to a certain extent. I've had many people spoil what's happening in the story, and I already know what's coming.
First and foremost, don't do that.
I'm not gonna spoil. Trust me, I'm not spoiling.
No, not you. The public. Don't spoil for people, please.
I needed it because I was like, I'm 200 books behind. How am I gonna catch up?
Okay, so it's on you. Fair.
And it is pure beauty. Like what I'm enjoying about it. Like let's not compare the manga and the anime. But what I'm enjoying about the anime at the moment, it's like, it's very cool. It's completely different to like the Bleach, and I dig the introduction. It's like this pink and white with like the black that still has like this homage to manga, which is a vibe. But the story that is happening at the moment is, you wanna stop?
It's bonkers. No.
It's just like, it's just it's beauty. Like, I remember reading it or going back to when we did our first like channel chat. We were speaking about how we got into comics. Like, manga was the next thing that I got into, so I read comics for a little bit, and then I jumped into manga, and Bleach was the first thing that I started reading.
Okay, so it's like your first love kind of thing.
It's just I actually forgot how good the storyline is and what is currently happening with the Captain Commander, with Kenpachi. I know we've all watched episode 10, but Kenpachi
if you haven't, just fair warning.
Kenpachi is just absolutely wild.
Okay, I'm gonna watch it as soon as I'm like, I can't say as soon as I'm done with Hunter x Hunter, but I will correlate the two.
It
just take me.
I think what you can do is, because it'll be nice to jump in, not with no context.
Fair.
I think in episode 1 on the new run, they do a
recap.
Recap of like what happened in the previous. Because it's like 16 season long, 200 and something episodes.
That's a bit of a commitment. I don't know if I'm down for that commitment. But listen, maybe I know a lot of people have reached out as well and said, no, we need to bring in some more anime, some more manga stuff. So I've been trying to watch a little bit more anime. Like I said, I'm knee deep in Hunter x Hunter. Yeah. I watched that in Varsity and I'm kind of like rewatching it. But no, maybe for a top one day, Western comics versus manga or versus Eastern. Like, I know it's worlds apart, but like it'll be nice to
don't do that.
No, but it'd be nice to kind of like dissect the two, because I know like Western comics don't really end. Like, it'll just continue. Like Batman's been continuing for like how many years now?
Yeah.
Whereas I think anime and manga has a specific beginning, middle, and end. You know what I'm saying? So
I don't know what you've been reading, but
Oh, it doesn't end? Oh, okay.
It runs, my man.
Oh, really? I've been lied to.
I mean,
Stop lying to me.
it does. You are right. It does have a beginning, middle, and end. But some of the stuff, like really well-known properties, like Batman, Bleach, Naruto, but that's got changed. So it went from Naruto to Shippuden, and then it changed to Boruto, which is the son. And then there's like other things that they continue. Like there is this world that we should dive into, Chad. Mm-hmm. And you
is the anime
and I think you need to give me a go ahead if we can.
Okay.
But we could do One Piece. But One Piece is wild at this moment.
Listen,
like there's like 400 episodes.
no, that's too much. The problem is I'm too lazy. Yeah. I'm too lazy.
And they're like on 800.
I think I did see they came out with like it's an omnibus, but like all the volumes in one. That thing is stacked up. That thing is stacked. I was like, who's reading this?
Where do you
have room for this? How does this even fit on a shelf?
Yeah, dude.
No, it's bonkers.
Let us know what we can include, what we can watch, what we can't, and what
I mean, anime is fun. I know a lot of people love anime, and we will try and incorporate it. If not in the show, then more on the channel.
Yeah.
We'll have, more anime and more manga discussions. Like on that as well, we actually been setting up a Discord. Just to kind of like plug the Discord. So I will be putting that in the description below, the link to the Discord. There is an anime section, so y'all can go wild.
Comment, chat, tell us what we can include, what we can't include.
But just a quick plug on that.
Yeah, and then also the Discord channel is open to everyone. Like if you're reading comics, if you have like cool series, if you have...
No, you'll see there is different sections for gaming. There's sections for comic books. There's a section for manga and anime.
Yeah.
So there's a section for plugging. So if you shoot content, if you do content, movie, any geek content, hey man, plug yourself, dude.
Open to some chats. That'd be very nice to hear what everybody's doing.
Yeah, it's nice to. We want to, like we said, the whole reason for this channel and the whole reason for this discussion is because we want to grow the community. We want everyone to kind of have, feel comfortable and share their opinions and just kind of have this discussion that we're having now, which is it's always fun. It's fun for us, and we want to grow it. Yeah. So that's our plan for 2023. It's just to grow. Cool. Yeah. So last bit of news: the trailer for Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse came out. You got a chance to see it. Thoughts?
Yeah. I mean, I remember never watching the Spider-Man Edge. I think the first one.
Yeah, I think it's into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah,
and then now it's Across the Spider-Verse.
I'm telling you, I will just let me explain.
Cool. Sorry,
my weird brain and how that
that one
situation.
caught me off guard a little bit.
I remember it coming out. I never watched any of the trailers. I just like that Spider-Man run just sort of literally came out of nowhere, and apparently it was insane at the time. And then I think I waited like 3, maybe 4 months, maybe 6.
Okay, I thought you were saying 3 years. I was like, Brad, no, man.
It could have actually been a year. Like it was a very long time.
As long as it's not 3 years, you scared me.
I had a chat with my friend Simon, and he was like, Brad, you have to watch this. Like, it's actually insane. And he kept telling me, like, you have to watch it. It's like just how everything is done. And then I watched it, and I was like,
it's crazy, right?
What did I just witness? I was like, it was a beautiful play on not the comics, but it was done in the style that it was a comic, but it really wasn't, because you were watching the movie.
Yes.
There were certain things that happened, and it was like, whoa, am I actually flipping the pages of a book right now? Like, this is beautiful.
So just on that, like this is like my favorite Spider-Man movie.
Yeah,
I think I've at least watched it 10 times already.
Yeah, I agree.
So like based on what you're saying, so the animation style, there's certain like little. I think what set this movie apart is the animation style.
Yeah.
So they will do. Oh, it's so great. So with the animation background, you can kind of like pick up like. So they animated Miles in 2 frames per second. So if Peter B. Parker is like Miles is a slightly more jagged. to show he's like under development, right?
See?
So they're using an animation style to tell the story of this guy, which is bonkers crazy.
That's wild.
In like certain action scenes, they'll do like a flash frame. And that's like an illustration. That already bonkers good. Another aspect that I love that they do is how they play with depth of field, because usually with like cameras, and they will do like this will be blur. Like if I'm focusing on like the camera, for instance, the mic will be blurry, camera will be in focus. What they do is actually split the image.
Yeah.
And it's so good. And it's so
like,
good.
Everything that they did on that was it's just like a thing of beauty watching it, because you just like, I mean, we didn't need this. You guys didn't have to release it in December. We really didn't need it.
Yeah, no.
But this is the Spider-Man we needed. Like, it was just pure beauty. Like, and I'm very keen to see what is happening in this. Like, we've read the Spider-Man 1, like on the edge of the Spider-Verse kind of like. Let me tell you, the Spider-Mans that we've seen in there are just like, there's a lot of them. But Spider-Man 2099,
that dude is Dax.
Beast.
That dude is
I'm
big.
just very keen to see him beat Miles for a little bit and then to become friends.
He's giving like very Venom vibes, because he does like, there's a scene where he's like chasing Miles and he does like this. Oh, it's bonkers good.
Wild.
But what's interesting also is that like, so obviously you'll see Miles kind of like furthering his like development as Spider-Man, and like, you know, and we'll dive a little bit more into like Miles specifically when you get into the call order. But what's interesting, what caught me off guard is that when you enter, like, obviously you see the Spider-Verse, all the different Spider-Mans, and like you can try and pause and identify each one. Is one's from like the PlayStation 1 game, from the animated series. There's one's from the Fantastic Four one, which is a very fun story. But like at some point they're all chasing Miles. Even like Miguel, 2099 Spider-Man is chasing Miles. And I'm like, why are you chasing Miles? What is happening right now?
It's gonna get insane.
So I'm so excited to see what. Also, I think, and this is what I was saying, the first movie set the bar so high, because that movie was so good in terms of animation, story, and style, and hype.
Yeah.
That this movie, how's it gonna compare? And it's always difficult. I always like
a sequel is always like, it's nerve-wracking.
Yes,
because it's you can't mess it up.
Almost don't admire the creative teams and the directors, because like, how do you top that?
Yeah.
How do you it's so it's stressing me out.
I don't know. I'm very keen to see what's happening. What's going to happen? Another thing, because I'm the person that I am, I'm probably not going to watch any more trailers after this one. I'm just going to watch this one, and I'm going to be like, let my mind be blown when it gets released.
Yeah, and that's the same thing we do with Wakanda Forever. We'll see the teaser, we'll see the one trailer, and then that's it.
Yeah,
that's it.
You will see the
watch
teaser.
Anything else under that. But I feel like they won't come out with another. They won't come out with another trailer though. Maybe another one. Maybe another.
There might be another teaser, I think. Just a build up, lead up.
What they might do is like, because I know Marvel does this. I don't know if Sony will do this, but like they'll release like clips, small clips, snippets, which I hope they don't do.
Unless they just be nonsenses and just release it, and then be like, here's a movie. And then you're like, okay, when did this get released?
That's great. Yeah,
that's a horrible.
I think we have a date. I think it's in June.
Yeah,
yeah. I mean,
June or July.
Technically, it's like 6 months from now. So, hey, at this point, anything can happen. But we're not watching no more. This is all we need to be hyped for this movie. But yeah, any last thoughts on the Spider-Man trailer?
No, not really. It's just that I'm actually very excited for this. Like, I'm keen to.
I think
get a massive bowl of popcorn and then just sit and chow, and then maybe buy the ticket for the next show and then sit and chow.
Just sit right through, like,
and be like, whoa, I think I missed some things. Let me watch it again. I'll probably do that.
Okay, cool. So on the subject of Miles, I think let's segue into call order, kicking off with the new Miles Morales, Spider-Man #1. Spider-Man, Miles Morales, I don't know. But anyway, it's a new #1 written by Cody Ziegler. For if you a fan of Miles, perfect to jump on at this point.
Yep, this is the one that this is the one that you should jump on at the moment.
100%.
just because like the current arc ended and you sort of don't need so much context. You can just read up on like a few things. But
to be honest, I don't even think you need to read, because I started reading. I think I got about like issue 12. It goes up to like maybe I think 25, 30. But I fell off halfway through because I was like,
I think I was on 10 the last time I read that. But reading it, like when I read issue 1, like it just feels like a brand new story. Like you don't even need to have a catch up on what happened before. They are obviously most like Spideys. They have that recap on I think page 2 or 3.
Yes,
where they just explain like what's happened in the previous thing. That is more than enough. And let me tell you, the artwork and the coloring. The coloring is just a thing of beauty. Like it's like you can almost lick it and touch it because it looks like candy, and you're just like, whoa! It's so like a trip almost.
Yeah. So this is my going into this. So this is my exact thoughts when I saw the preview pages. I was like, yes, because you and I both have quarrel with the current Amazing Spider-Man artwork. Like for me, what bugs me is that Spider-Man, and this is what I was saying the other day to someone at work, is that Spider-Man is a flagship book. If you've never read comic books and you want to go read, when you go to a comic book store, you kind of gravitate to Batman, Superman, or Spider-Man.
That's very true.
You see, so and my problem is that's your flagship book, and if that's the art you're putting out, yes, it's. I know some people love it.
Yeah,
for me, I can't, dude. I cannot like. So when I read this, artwork is dynamic, colors pop really well. And then on top of that,
you get 2 villains in the beginning.
Right.
It's just like, what?
And it's like, and you know what I love about issue 1? Straight off the bat, you're getting hot. You know, it's a very, so you're not dealing with, and it's nice and refreshing because you're not dealing with like big bombastic stuff. You know what I'm saying? There's not world-ending stuff. It's normal street level superheroes, villains.
Yeah.
And with very realistic checks, because spoilers, but Miles stops Scorpion. Because Scorpion robbed a armored truck, stole some money, and then once Miles stops and rescues everyone, he saves the day. This cop lady comes through and she's like, "Alright, you saved the day, but at what cost? That is damage. The money he stole isn't even as much
as the damage that you've done."
So that's a hard reality check for him. Then he's late for school.
Yeah, I was about to say, it's like real world things that he has to deal with. Like if you're a teenager, you have to still get to school every day. Like you have to go to varsity, you have to learn all those things, and it's got all of those elements in, like him contacting his parents about what's happening at school.
Him just bursting into tears on the phone.
You're just like, whoa.
Exactly.
This is beautiful.
Exactly. Yeah. And it's, and sometimes it's so nice to kind of like, because we're reading these big bombastic stories and these like setups and like, big things are coming on the horizon. You're like, ooh, you're excited. But now and again, you get this like really ground level, hearty story. You know what I'm saying? This is only issue 1. One issue.
Yeah, and it's just
like Miles is on the phone in tears with his parents.
Yeah, I actually forgot that this was only issue 1, and I was like, you know what it also sort of feels like? It also feels like a one-shot, like a one-time thing that happened, and you were like, I mean, I don't think I really want to get more, but I don't know if there is going to be more. Like, like it's very, I think this new run is going to be very cool to witness and see.
No, it's perfect time to jump on.
The one other thing that I would like to touch on, on Miles, but in another run, no, not Dark Web, bro. I wanted to speak about Star Wars Visions.
Oh yeah.
I finally picked up that run, and
wait. So that's so just for the peoples, it's a one shot. So if you watched on Disney Plus, there's the Star Wars Visions. I think it's the first episode, right?
No,
second one. It's like a manga type. It's like a manga type Star Wars story. Like super dope.
Samurai Champloo kind of vibe.
Yes.
And Samurai Champloo is kind of in this one already.
Oh, okay.
And it is just beautiful. The artwork in itself is done as a manga comic because everything's black and gray.
Okay.
And there's like a little element of light when it goes into like the droid, and then it continues on from the series.
Yeah,
So it continues on from that,
from the Disney Plus
episode, and then it moves into the comic book. That I think I've read it like 3 times.
Oh, really?
It is like. I don't know how to explain it to you. It's just really nice to read. You're just like, how can this be like? I'm actually more upset that it's a one shot, because I'm like, I need what? Give me more. Like, I could read more of this. Not even that it's like a Star Wars thing. It's just that, I mean, Samurai Champloo, and you're like, the man needs to do. It's just wild.
I do feel like it's a perfect like hybrid, because if you like manga and like it's manga, Star Wars produced by Marvel.
As
so
samurai swords.
It's everything in one. Go like, enjoy.
See, dude, like I can't spoil.
Yeah, rather not.
I can't spoil, but there's this one part of it where the dude is fighting, and then they do the thing. This is a horrible explanation because I'm this close to God's
yeah.
But it's flipping cool.
Okay.
I loved it.
Listen, I'm gonna go read it. Family, you all go read it as well. We'll come back and we'll hit up. We'll swarm Brad's DMs and say yo. Thanks for telling us. Just to kind of like revert back to the Spider-Man tip, dark web. So you've been keen for dark web.
I am, but I haven't read any of the current runs. But
I wasn't 100% because of like everything with the like I've just been struggling to dive into Spider-Man.
Yeah.
So I wasn't too keen on dark web. So I've read so far. It's Amazing Spider-Man 14. I haven't read the Venom one and Dark Web issue 1. So it's 3 issues in. So technically the beginning of Dark Web. What we'll do? So let me just give a quick spoiler-free. Kind of my thoughts, and then we'll kind of, when the event is done, we'll revisit it as a whole. My thoughts, not too bad.
Okay.
Not too bad. It's pleasantly. I think also because I'm going in it with no expectations.
Okay.
You know, I'm not expecting anything phenomenal from it. So so far, I'm pleasantly surprised.
Are you looking forward to Madeline Bride?
Yeah. I kind of like the. I know a lot of people aren't too happy with Ben Reilly being the bad guy.
Yeah.
But if you understand the setup and what he's been through with like the Beyond Corporation and everything.
Yeah.
Because I did do some research before going into, so I'm not going in blind.
Yeah.
Not too bad. I kind of like it. It's not I'm not at the point where I'm like, nah.
So it's not heavy.
No, it's not too heavy. It's a lot of fun. And also in Dark Web issue 1, like I said, I didn't read the Venom one. But they brought in Venom because Venom is a part of the story. And listen, it's like they knew what was in my mind, because obviously what's happening with Venom after the Donny Cates run is now he's like a cosmic god and everything.
Yeah, and his son is now.
Yeah, so I didn't read that Venom run because for me, I kind of like it when Venom is the bad guy kind of thing, even if he's not like a bad guy. I like it when him and Spider-Man go against each other.
Clashes,
yeah, like classic 90s stuff. But like obviously character needs to progress. We need to see some sort of progression, and that's where he is now. He's a cosmic god, which okay, fine.
Cool.
I don't vibe with, but it's not for everyone. If it's not for me, it might be for you. That's cool. But they brought him back to that 90s eat brains Venom.
Oh, that's cool.
That's cool. I thought it's fun. I thought it's cool. I was like, okay, cool. I'm with it. So yeah, 2 issues in, I'm excited. I think
I'm very keen to see what comes from that run, even though I haven't picked up anything yet. But I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, this is the current December event, so once it wraps up...
I was very excited for it.
Yeah, I think, it's off to a good start. I think it's worth a pickup. It's worth checking out. I'm pleasantly surprised. Once it wraps up, like I said, we're going to revisit it. But another thing we're boiling into, or like kind of like heading towards, you know what? Sins of Sinister.
I mean... Bro, when you told me, I think it was this week or the week before.
Yeah, I think it was last week.
It was like, Brad, have you read issue 8?
Yeah, of Immortal X-Men,
No, like, I haven't picked it up since 3, I think.
Wait, just remind me. That's the one with Mystique and Destiny on the cover, right? And then issue 9 is the Kate Pride, and then Sinister's like got all the guns.
No, bro, it was before that.
Oh,
there's 2 with Mystique and
Destiny. So I know. So
mine was before the one with Emma laying on.
Oh, okay.
Like half naked.
Oh, you talking issue 3, which is the Destiny focused issue?
Yeah, bro.
Oh, okay.
And then I haven't read anything since then. And then obviously because of load shedding in South Africa, that happens a lot.
Government.
I just binged some things, and I binged Immortal this week because I was like, I need to understand what chat is going on about.
Why am I so excited?
I just need to understand because it's like I also would like to understand what is happening. Why are we getting Sins of Sinister?
Yes.
We went through it already, but I remember reading issue 1. Issue 2 was chill. Issue 3 was mind blowing because Disney started having visions about this whole Sinister thing, and then there was like plays on it, and then I have no clue what happened in issue 8. It just blew my mind. Like it like the I think the Judgment Day stuff sort of confused the whole thing.
A little bit,
because it was a tie into certain things. And then when it jumped out of it, you literally just in the deep end.
This is where I wanna. So are you up to date? Are you issue 9? Okay, so
issue 9. Issue 9's with the one with the
with the guns.
Yeah, I'm on issue 9.
Yeah. So okay, Loki. I just want to say each cover is done by Mark Brooks, and they are juicy good.
Beautiful.
But this what I love about the series. Like we said, you and I both weren't too keen on this book.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, okay, it's a case study on each, So essentially, it's a Mr. Sinister story through the eyes of each kind of Quiet Council member, right? So each kind of like issue focuses on a specific member. First one was, I think, Hope. Next one was, I think, Exodus. And then you got Destiny and blah, blah, so on and so forth. So issue 8... So this is where things get super spicy because issue 8 and 9 got super good because after Judgment, I don't know if you picked this up, but after Judgment Day, Sinister says he doesn't understand. He wasn't judged during Judgment Day. He doesn't understand why. Then if you think, this is what's getting me so hyped because in Jerry Duggan's X-Men, one of the Orcus people. So. Okay, so it's a lot to kind of, if you're not with us, go read, just go catch up on this.
There's a lot happening in each of these books, but...
Yeah, so essentially, in AXE Judgment Day, they created a celestial that was like, hey, Earth is trash, I'm going to judge each and every one of you. So, and then during the course of that event, you see what each one goes through, but after that, Mr. Sinister's like, hey, I wasn't judged. And in Jerry Duggan's X-Men, it was revealed that one of the Orcus members, so Orcus is an anti-mutant, pro-human, like FBI organization type thing. So Dr. Stasis, who's like super evil, it reveals that, this is a Mr. Sinister clone, but he's got a different. So Mr. Sinister usually has a diamond. This bra's got a club.
Yeah.
And then at the end of issue 8. There was 4 canisters that were broken, and each one has like the thing. So the reason
I didn't see that. What book was this?
Book 8.
Okay, I'll go back and read.
Yeah, so it was like literally the last page where Destiny goes, and she's like, so there's 4 canisters with like the different clubs. It's the spades, the hearts, the clubs, and then the.
I remember Dr. Sinister's thing, but I don't.
Yes. So there's the Mr. Sinister that we know with the diamond on the forehead, the Dr. Stasis, right? With the club. He's human. He's like, nah. And given the fact that Mr. Sinister was not judged, does that first and foremost, does that mean that the Celestial judged the original Nathaniel Essex? Which means that this mutant, Mr. Sinister, is not the original Nathaniel Essex. Bonkers.
Damn,
right?
that's
okay.
insane.
Let me take it a bit further. Let me take it a bit further.
Wait. Whoa.
Okay.
Before we continue on from there, you know the issue with Destiny and Mystique on?
Yes.
When they meet Nathaniel for the first time, they're having that whole conversation between them, and they're trying to figure out what's happening with him, and they find out that he's a vampire or whatever it is. There's a
he transforms into
there's a whole dialogue that happened during that period, and it slipped my mind right now, and it's gone. So you can continue what you were saying.
Okay.
But I remember during that phase, so I just came back. They were having a dialogue with Nathaniel, like trying to find out who he is. But it makes it. Remember, he lost his wife at that that time period, and then it sort of makes sense why Sinister is like why there was the 4 canisters, because remember he put himself in different people. So remember, he put himself in Xavier, he put himself in Jean, put himself in all of those other people, so that when a psychic boom happened, it would awaken the Nathaniel gene, the Essex gene. It'll awaken it so that he can come, that well. So that he can come back to life. Because they were still trying to test it and be like, I mean, this will never work. He doesn't know that it's not going to work, and that has been pulled in.
Yes,
so there's like that little backstory, and then there's this whole thing that happens. I won't get into issue 9, but continue your part of it.
Okay, so I just like right off the bat, this is what I love about this book, and it's like extremely complex. Like we spoke about Miles Morales, it's very down to earth, very easy read. This is extremely complex storytelling.
You need to think 4 or 5.
And I love it. And you know, I feel so stupid because I don't know where it's going. I can't see where it's going. It's frustrating, but it's so amazing at the same time. I'm like, yes, I'm having fun, but I'm so frustrated. But so. Like the whole 4 canisters, that may not, like the mutant Mr. Sinister may not be the real one. You know, so the real one got judged. Let me take it a bit further, because we're heading into Sins of Sinister now in January. And so there's 3 books that's going to be affected. Immortal X-Men is turning into Immoral X-Men. X-Men Rare is turning into Storm and the Brotherhood. And then Legion of X is turning into the Nightcrawlers. So let me take it a bit further. So there's 4 different Sinisters. Mutant Sinister, which is the one we know. Club Sinister, which is Human Sinister, the Dr. Stasis. The X-Men Red deals with cosmic stuff. And the big thread in that one is Orbis Stellaris, that's pairing up with Abigail Brand. A potential Sinister. So I don't know where I heard this theory. I think it was Comic Book Herald. And then Legion of X turning into Nightcrawlers deals with like astral plane type stuff. And there's a character in there, Mother Righteous. Potential kind of. So like, why are those 3 books being affected by this? This is what's got me so hyped about Sins of Sinister. I'm so down for it. I just blew your mind now, right? I just like, when I heard that theory, I was like, yes! Even if it's wrong, yes!
I mean, I could vibe with Nathan. He is such a chaotic nonsense.
Oh, he's such an ass.
But he's so clever with what he's doing. But thinking of, as you mentioned, like all 4 of them, Nathaniel being in each of them, it still makes sense for, it somewhat makes sense for Destiny's vision during that period, that he's created Nathaniel in multiple different people so that he can create a psychic boom and then create them. Maybe he's doing that, and then he booms them in different, like as a captain or as whoever. Because remember, that man has been collecting genes for years.
It's what he's known for.
But maybe it's not. But maybe it's as mind-blowing as yours, because yours is just...
No, that's not my theory. That's something I heard.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, that is something insane. I heard.
But, like, I'm like... Because I think that's the only thing... That's the reason why I'm holding on to that theory, is because I have no idea where this is going. I have no idea what to expect from Sins of Sinister. And it's blowing my mind. It's blowing my mind. And
I mean...
That, like... And the Rasputin's coming back. That I'm excited for.
In Book 3
of since Immortal X-Men.
Destiny's thing. Since we're having this discussion, you guys can also let us know if we are on the right path.
Listen, if you're not keeping up with the X-Men, it's a lot. But listen, go back
when
and
you
read
jump
it. It's
into it.
So much fun. It's so crazy.
Book 3, Destiny's book, where she speaks, where she starts tweaking out and she has all of those visions happening all at once, right?
All those like
Remember
visions at once.
There's like this spaceship covered in
Sebastian Shaw's body.
Yeah. And Nathaniel, Dr. Sinister, like kneeling in front of Exodus, and then Exodus eats him, and then the whole thing ends, and then it's like she remembers that the only time that she ever sees the timeline end is with Moira. So remember, only time she sees a thing end, and then when Dr. Sinister died, the timeline ended, and she was like, he has a Moira. And then remember in book 9, where the man, we knew this from
like issue 1,
Inferno.
Oh yeah.
He cloned. He cloned.
Yeah, I think that's book
Moira.
1.
And now in book 9, he's been cloning. He's being trial and error each time.
And it kind of explains, because that's something that was bothering me, is because like how does cloning Moira work? Because Moira's power works out is that she's I forgot the name of her power, but like if she dies, she resurrects.
But she remembers everything that she did in
a previous life.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, how does having multiple Moiras work out? Because then aren't you just like resetting? But then they explain in this one that it's basically like game saves. So at a certain point, this is where this Moira will take you.
Yeah.
So it's before and after Judgment Day.
Yeah, but remember, it's also because that Moira that he created, because remember he did it in phase 1, where they created all of them, but like nothing's been working.
Yeah.
And then in phase 2, he created a Moira, and it's like, let's try this out.
Yes.
Because she was created at that moment, and then she was resurrected, and then Nathaniel somehow took a gene and like spliced it, and then that's how we kept coming back and being like, it doesn't work if I do this, maybe I do this.
Yes.
It doesn't work if I do that, maybe I do that. And then he continues to change it, like each thing.
Alright, so I've been on this like indie trip of late. I think also after like AXC Judgment Day, I was like, okay, I need to read some celestial. So like I said, I was reading Something's Killing the Children, but like a couple books I wanna like bring up is, so last time I remember I mentioned Mighty Morphin Power Rangers issue 100. Good point to start. So I did a backlog, because I think I read the Altarian War. So Mighty Morphin and Power Rangers were split into 2 books. And then Altarian War happened, and then a couple issues after that. So it ended at about like issue 22. And then they morphed into the 1 book again.
Yeah.
With the new creative team. They introduced Death Ranger.
Yeah.
Listen, I love Power Rangers. It's amazing. That's all I have to say about that. Yeah. It's amazing. Then another series that a Boom Studio series that came out so it's 2 issues in. Behold Behemoth.
Yeah, you were gonna tell me about that.
What a good, like, it's not like playing with like demons and stuff, but like there's something that's apocalyptic, and then it's so nice. So so issue 1 is like a really good setup, really good like storytelling way. You get this guy Gray, and then they're kind of showing him and his brother as a kid, and like you can tell they had like a troubled childhood because his brother's got like the eye, and then like there's a page where it's like, where Gray stops, it's like, I'm sorry I killed you. And then you turn the page, and then you at the brother's funeral, but obviously they're older and stuff. And like there's like certain things, and then so obviously it's such good storytelling, man, because you can tell this dude had a troubled childhood, and now that he's older, he's like a social worker looking after kids in foster care, and then he runs into this one little girl.
That sounds insane.
It's
actually
so good. So essentially, Behemoth is like this big colossal creature, and because it's still early stages, then at the end of the book, it kind of goes into somewhat like the present time, and everything is gone to, like, it's apocalyptic. Earth is wrecked, and it's Gray and this little girl walking around, and he's got like this staff, and I don't know where it's going. but I love it.
Oh, that's cool.
I love it.
I think I might just jump in on that.
No, it's 2 issues in.
Sick.
It's super easy to jump into. Another one. I read something else. I can't remember. Oh, Origins. Interesting book. It's a 6-issue miniseries. I remember seeing, I won't kick myself in the head because I remember seeing it like a preview page and like beautiful art, like landscape, like almost think I Am Legend, where it's like our cities, but overpopulated, again, post-apocalyptic. But it's like overgrown with like greenery and stuff like that. Beautiful. I was like, oh, I really want to read this. I thought it came out like last year. It turns out it came out like in 2020. I was like, oh, okay, go. So I'm about 3 out of 6 issues in. It's really interesting. So essentially, this homie creates, like Earth is dying, so he creates the scientific revolution and like these like nanobots.
That's a vibe.
Like it's a Terminator vibe where it takes on a life of its own, kills everything, animal life, everything that humans need to survive. It killed it. Cut off all humans, so humans became obsolete. But this homie keeps coming back, so he has this like robot assistant, who's kind of like a motherly figure that keeps reviving him. And every time he gets revived, this like the network, which is now the Earth, kind of like picks up and they send things to kill him.
That's flipping cool.
It's so interesting. So I'm like halfway through, but it's so good.
Okay,
it's really good. Just a big indie tip lately.
Yeah, and quite recently, A Vicious Circle.
Yes.
This week, I think it is.
Yeah, I think this past week. Yeah.
Artwork by
Lee Bermejo.
Oh.
Written by Mattson Tomlin. Mattson Tomlin being one of the screenwriters on The Batman.
And it's like the story. If you didn't know the story, it was about.
So it's So essentially, it's these 2 homies who, well, not homies, but like these adversaries. They have war with each other, but every time they fight, I think they get flung into different periods of time.
Well, I think it's if they kill each other, they get moved into a different time period. Ooh. And then what's really cool about it, and I think what we've both enjoyed about it, is that when they get moved into a different time zone, the artwork changes with it. Because currently in the book, I think in the first few like pages, whatever, everything's in black and grey because it's explaining the story. And then it changes because they moved into a different time zone with a different colour and things like that. I think that is gonna be pure.
It's gonna be bonkers.
Like it's gonna be very good read.
And I think it's 3 issues only. It's only 3 issues. So you know when they collect that in like a collected edition hardcover, that's coming in the collection.
Sick. I've also been I've read 2 indie comics in the time period that we have. I've read I Hate Fairyland. By Scotty Young. I mean, you didn't need it. It would be cool if it was like a comic book. I mean,
a movie or a series.
Like a series or something. Because it's like, what the hell am I reading? But you continue reading it because it's like, let me just see how far this stupid child can take this little journey of hers into Never Never Land.
It's like a dark, whimsical story, right?
She's like chopping off the trolls' heads and all.
Oh, goodness.
Just like, how have you been doing this for 33 years and you still haven't found one key that could set you free? I'm just like,
she's like trapped.
Bruh, like proper. She's just retarded and she can't find. Sorry.
Is it like kind of like an Alice in Wonderland story, but like bonkers, wild and violent?
No, not really. It was just her. Like, what happened is she was playing in her thing and then she just got sent into Fairyland.
Interesting.
And then they were like, the only way that you can get out of Fairyland is if you just go on the journey and find the key.
Yeah, but she's stubborn.
No, she's been trying to do that, but she's been doing it
right.
She's just too stupid to figure it out. And then they bring another character in called Happy.
Okay.
And they were like, I mean, I cannot deal with this woman anymore. Like the queen is like, I can't deal with her anymore.
Yeah.
Somebody needs to kill her. It can't be me because she's like there's powers around or whatever.
Yeah.
And she's like, it can't be me. Somebody needs to kill her.
Okay.
And then Happy comes and she was like, the only way we can do this is if we make her a citizen. Then I can kill her. So then
interesting. Okay.
They bring the other girl in, bro, and it's been like in Fairyland. It's been like
years.
No, bro, like 2 days, and she's already like halfway. I'm just like. On the 3rd day, she's already, like Happy's already got into the end with the key and everything. I just sat there and I was like, this child is stupid.
Kids are ridiculous.
It's flipping cool.
Oh man. No, Scotty Young's storytelling is really, really good.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah. And then I started reading Midwest. Chad, it is such a... Thank you for putting me on that.
Yeah, no.
It is... It's like... It's a sad, meaningful comic. And it's like the storyline that's been played on, and the just this child's dad is...
Yeah, no,
hectic.
it's a rough time, yeah.
Like... Yeah, I think the dad is still mourning the mom leaving and all this other stuff, and it's been like weighing on him. And then the dad just turns into a tornado, and then the child has the tornado thing, and then I just sit there and I'm like, what?
And that story, and I think we covered it on channel before, but like that story has so much heart in it, you know. When you can tell when something is like close to the heart, and like there's that family dynamic. This kid is trying to, like, it's a coming of age story. You can always get me with a coming of age story.
Yeah.
You can always get me with that. And no, I love Middle West. I'm a strong advocate for indie comics. Like, if you don't want to deal with like superhero stuff, you got
it's
stuff
nice
like
jump into something else.
I mean, you can have supernatural type coming of age stories like Middle West, or you can get the super fun, like just gritty but
like
whimsical.
Around, kind
exactly,
of
like I Hate Fairyland.
We sorry, just to jump into something else. We haven't had any DC just yet.
Yeah, no, it's been a while. That's why we didn't do any DC books. We
just haven't
so
had...
behind on Batman. I'm agitated.
And Detective. I'm actually be very interested to see what happens with
Detective Ron V. Run. Yeah, no, I'm also super behind.
He started me off in a different like world and different storyline and like
just
opera kind of vibe, and you're like, whoa. And then
excuse me. I think both Batman books is really interesting because on one end you got the Chip Zdarsky fail-safe situation.
Yeah.
I don't know how that turned. And then I don't know. Is it end of 126? You read 126, right? You got it's
Batman 126.
Yeah. It's the covers where he's laying on the floor and
yeah.
So the end of that they bring Azrael or something like that, the purple and yellow Batman.
Yeah.
Which is like, I don't understand how that Batman works, but it seems interesting. It seems bonkers.
Yeah, I also don't understand how that homie works.
And then on the Detective Comics side, you got the like Phantom of the Opera type Batman,
which is interesting,
super interesting. Like I said, Ram V does this like very. Like his storytelling is insane. He loves going spiritual, and I love it when he goes spiritual.
Yeah, like it's very. It's just something different. It's very
crazy
cool. Something
good. Yeah, no, we haven't received DC books in I think maybe 2-3 months.
Yeah, we might just get them soon.
Yeah, hopefully soon. Hopefully soon before this year ends.
Be cool.
Yeah. Any last readings that you read?
No, not really. I think Immortal was the thing that took up most of my mental space.
It's extremely complex storytelling, and I'm here for
thinking about it and like trying to like formulate where we are going.
Yeah.
But it was, I mean, I actually can't wait for Sins of Sinister.
Oh, it's gonna be so good. It's and I'm pleasantly surprised because, like I said, this year last year December we got Inferno, and then straight after that 10 Deaths and 10 Lives of Wolverine, then AXE. AXE was very disappointing for me. I was like, I'm extremely underwhelmed by this. But it was more of an Eternals event, and I'm more invested in X-Men, not Eternals. So I think that's why I'm a little bit more excited for Sins of Sinister.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to be good. I think it's going to be really, really great. Those three, I know they did some concept, some character design. Got Nightcrawler at year 100, and he looks beastly. He's just like beastly. Speaking of beastly, just quick on X-Force. That book has roped me back in. Have you been...
What's happened? No. Apparently Beast has been doing sketchy things.
So yeah, Beast has been doing some stuff, but they kind of like dealing with that now. And they kind of like agree. It was in Mortal X-Men issue 9 where Sinister is in his lab, and there's this voice coming from the side, and
I do remember I think not 9 but 8 he was referencing Beast about Beast doing something.
I think it was issue 9 where he says like, and then you see who's in the canister, so it's the head of Dark Beast. And he's like, you're just mad because you're not even the darkest beast out there. So which means this is Beast doing wild things. I was like, yes. So if you don't know who Dark Beast is, Dark Beast essentially is a alternate version, alternate Earth beast. But he's willing to sacrifice his teammates for his research type thing. And the fact that
Beast is doing this.
That reveal was bonkers crazy. Yeah, man, just comic books has just been. Just go read comic books, guys. It's so much fun.
It's worth it.
Okay, so like we said, this is the last pod for 2022. So we're not going to be doing Comic Book Club, but rather a wrap-up of our top 5 entertainment thingies for the year, for 2022. Yeah, so starting off with what? TV series?
Yeah.
Okay.
Damn. I mean, they're not going to go in...
Sorry, my bad. Yeah?
It's fine. I'm not gonna go in like a complete order.
From 5 to 1.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, it is kind of hard to kind of
like gauge which
place them. Yeah.
And I think it's fitting. For what I'm about to say, even though it just got released like Wednesdays on my list.
Fair.
I mean, it is actually pretty cool. Like, it's a little bit dark, but it's a little bit Addams Family. You can see that Tim Burton's hand is somewhere in there, and the whole.
It is very Tim Burton. Now, with the creature. So if you haven't seen Wednesday, spoilers, but I'm pretty sure you have. It's one of the biggest things at the moment. The creature is like the eyes big. It's like, that's so Tim Burton. This is great.
Creature's always been my favorite. Creature's little hand, right? No, that's Thing.
No. That's Thing. I'm talking about like the brat that transforms.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, that is.
It's all good.
I'm like Thing and Creature.
So I think you think about Lurch. Lurch is the butler.
Oh, Frankenstein.
Yeah. Basically Frankenstein. For my number 5, I actually have, for TV shows, I have All of Us Are Dead. The Netflix Korean zombie show.
Did you watch that?
Yeah, I did. It's so good.
Really?
The one thing, like, I love Korean shows, because, especially those, like, not the love ones, but like the zombie and the thriller ones. They do it so well. Each episode is engaging. You fall in love with, there's like maybe like 7 characters, but you fall in love with each one of them, and you hope to God like none of them get bit by a zombie. And when they do, you want to sit in the corner and cry, and you're like, why? It's such a good show.
That's cool. Yeah, my next one is Final Space. If you
the cartoon with the little green guy.
Yeah, bro. What's his name?
I don't know. I forgot his name.
Yeah, I forgot his name as well. But Final Space, like, I can't wait for. I think it's season 5.
Oh, is it season 5 already?
Yeah, I think we're on 4 now. I can't wait for season 5.
Okay.
But it's light-hearted, like.
I remember seeing season 1. Yeah.
What are you people even doing? Just, especially the way the main character just portrays himself as this beautiful human being whenever he sees himself in the mirror.
The blonde guy, like, right? Oh yeah.
I love it. I love it.
Okay.
And the other green guy with the 3 eyes.
Okay.
His multiple genders. I don't know what you would call it.
Okay. I don't know the term for it. Yeah.
That man falls in love with himself. And
really? That's great. That's great.
It's so funny. Yeah.
Number 4 for me is Wednesday.
Okay.
Wednesday, yeah. I know that's relatively. I know if some people will be surprised, because I kind of did rank them, and it was very difficult to rank them. But I mean, Wednesday. Well, the reason why it's at number 4 for me is because it's relatively new. I haven't. I fell in love with it. It's a really great show. The cast is charming. It's a nice take on Addams Family as well. It's very refreshing, very interesting.
What I was saying to Stace the other day was that if they had the main the mom and the dad, who's Catherine Zeta-Jones and
Gomez and Matisha.
If they had those two still part of the main cast, it would have overpowered Wednesday.
You think so?
I feel like because it's such strong characters, and Catherine Zeta-Jones has like years of experience, and the other dude also has years of experience. It would have overpowered it, and it wouldn't have been told by the story of like Wednesday. So it was very nice because it's her.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking as like you're saying that they took one character, so you're not focusing on the family. You're taking one character and going through like their experiences and like introducing like world building in with one character, which I enjoyed. I think
technically Thing doesn't have. He has character, but you don't get to see him. You just see hands.
Shout out to the actor that played it. Have you ever seen the images?
No, I haven't.
Homie's in a full blue suit, man. He's laying on the floor with his hand on the table. Like that man, like he's flexible to be going through. And like, you know what I love about Thing is that like it's literally a hand, but there's so much character
100%.
in him.
That's why I've always liked Thing. Like when I watched it as a kid, Thing has always been my favorite.
Yeah. Oh, it's understandable.
Great.
Him and Confesta.
Yeah. My next one is we on 3.
Yeah, 3.
I'm gonna go with Arcane. Maybe for my third one.
Oh. Like, did that release this year?
No, it did not. But I watched it this year, so it counts for something.
Fair. Oh, I was about to kick myself in the head. I was like, how did I miss Arcane?
For me, I know it released a while ago, but watching it this year, I was just like, why didn't I watch this sooner? Like, I know that there might be a season 2. It is a very nice, light-hearted, high-level kind of
light-hearted, though.
I mean, in the beginning it was light-hearted, and then it just flipped a switch, and then it was like dark, gloomy, then 13 and 14 or whatever, and you just like...
Yeah, I get you.
Like, how did we get here?
You know, I always find it like... It's like I said when I'm done watching like a show and I sit and think about it, I'm like, how did you make me fall in love with so many characters? How did you manage that in that space of time?
Yeah.
How did you manage that?
Yeah.
All right. So for number 3 for me is so I don't know if this is surprising or not, but Miss Marvel actually. For one reason, and I won't spoil because I know you haven't seen it yet. There's the end episode. So I love the whole show because it's very whimsical. It's very light-hearted. Iman Vellani, who's the actress who plays Kamala Khan, is extremely lovable. You know, she fits in that role really, really well. But yeah, it's again building. I know this whole phase of MCU has not been a lot of people have not been liking it. You know, it's like some people have been on the fence, some people hate it, but it's a lot of setup. You know what I'm saying? After Endgame, it is tons of setup, and I'm here for it. Yeah. So the reason why this is at my number 3 higher than Wednesday is that there's a reveal on the last episode. I won't spoil for you, but when that reveal happened, I was sitting on I screamed at the TV. I was like, yes. Yes.
Okay.
Even like Tennille looked at me and was like, "What? Why?" I had to rewind. I had to experience that for the second time in space of 5 minutes. So that cool. Reveal is what places at number 3 for me.
Okay. I mean, I'll jump on that actually.
Yeah.
Like, once I do my catch up of all the Marvel runs, I'll probably do that. My next one was Bleach for me was second.
Okay.
And I've picked a lot of animation.
Okay.
That's just because I watch a lot of animation.
Fair. Yeah? Well, you've expressed your love for Bleach, though.
It's been years since we've got another Bleach. Like, it's been years.
Okay,
I mean, the first time I started watching it was like in varsity, first year. And we got the end of it. I mean, not the end of it, we got a reboot now.
Oh, okay. So this new one that's on Disney Plus is a reboot. I
wouldn't say a reboot. It's just
a continuation.
It's a continuation of the story. Because
that's cool.
They stopped making the anime, but they continued the manga.
The manga, yeah. Okay, so that's cool.
Restarted the anime.
Okay.
And I'm loving every moment.
Yeah, no. I'm gonna jump on. I promise I will. I'm gonna leave soon, so I'm gonna be watching all the anime and reading all the comic books.
All I can say is when you know the man Kenpachi, we'll have a conversation.
Don't be alarmed when I phone you midday. I'm like, Brad.
Bro, it's fine. I'll just send you the meme of Kenpachi standing and smiling.
For my number 2, this one was tough. It was tough. For my number 2 is Stranger Things, actually, season 4.
Yeah, that's my number one.
I mean, I've been a lover of Stranger Things since season 1. I think I've seen season 1 maybe. So this is gonna sound alarming, but like I think I watched season 1 5 times.
Yeah, I've watched it like 3 times, me.
But the reason for that is because I watched it twice because I loved it that much. Then season 2 came out, then I watched it again, and then season 2. Season 3 came out, then I watched it again. Season 2, then season 3. Now season 4, then and this season had me crying. For obvious reasons, Eddie Munson.
Yeah,
you know.
Damn, that was so heartbreaking. And I think also with the comic community, I mean at Comic-Con, there was been a lot of people with the Hellfire Gala.
It's a phenomenon, which actually annoys me. If you didn't know, Hellfire Gala is an X-Men reference. If you didn't know that,
just putting it out there.
Yeah, if you think it's solely a Stranger Things thing, it's not. It's a reference to X-Men.
Yeah,
it bugs me because I don't think people know that.
Yeah,
and it bugs me so much. Sorry.
It's fine.
All right, what do you have as your number one series for the year?
My number one is Stranger Things.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Fair. That deserves. Okay. Yeah, fair. Well,
can't say more than that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
For me, it was like I love the character, and I swear to all that is above.
Yeah.
If you guys kill Dustin, I'm gonna be mad.
Don't do that.
And if somebody can tell me where I can find the Dustin,
bias can go. It's fine.
If somebody can tell me where I can find a Dustin pop, please let a brother know.
Yeah, shout out.
I've been trying to find this thing for like.
The thinking cap one.
The current season one. I try to get it, and then they ran out of stock.
I remember trying to get one at Comic-Con. And Comic-Con was fairly fresh after the season had ended.
Yeah, because they had that booth and the whole thing.
And they're like, nah, you gotta wait for season 5. I was like, really? That's bonkers, dude. So, hey, listen, if you're not charging arms and legs,
now.
And if you're not charging arms and legs for that Dustin Pop, please let B know. Reach out to B. So, if there's like close contender, Stranger Things, but number one for me has to be The House of the Dragon.
Abortion.
Oh my goodness, B. This show. So the thing is, I enjoy Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
I'm not as fanatic as most people are. I'm sour about season 8.
So most people,
Yeah, so I know a lot of people are hesitant to go into this, but I know George R.R. Martin had more of a hand to play in this one. When I say... Oh my goodness, when I say each episode, you're on edge, dude. You can feel the tension between these characters. And like you can see, like you know where the story is going. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, and you're like, oh, you biting your nails. You're like, oh, please, like you screaming at the scene. You're like, please, just don't do that, please.
Okay.
And it's all based on the King Viserys, who's a good man. He's a good heart. He just wants to make you happy. He wants to make that person happy. He just wants everyone to be happy and be chill.
But it's not that easy.
And when you're king, someone has to be sour, dude. Someone has to be short-handed for the good of the realm, for the good of,
everything, yeah.
And it's just one bad decision leads to another bad decision. Now these people are feud, and you're like, oh my Lord.
See, my only qualm, my only...
gripe
with Game of Thrones is that what I did with Game of Thrones, bro, I remember my friend David and myself got premiere tickets to episode 1 of season 2.
Oh, that sounds nice.
We got premiere tickets to episode 1 of season 3. I never watched any of them.
Before? Oh, you didn't go?
No, bro. I never watched any. Like, I watched season 1.
Oh, yeah.
And I was patient. I waited until...
Okay, yeah, I get you.
It was all done because I couldn't handle the wait like a week.
I'm feeling that right now.
Wait a week, wait an episode, wait however long.
I low-key like that though. Let me tell you, it was the hardest thing I've ever experienced in my life because there were so many spoilers happening. Oh, fair.
But like when I watched it, because God bless your soul, David. he never spoiled at any point because he used to watch it.
That's a good homie. Yeah.
He watched it every single time, and he's like, "Brad, haven't you watched it? Haven't you watched it?" I'm like, "Nah, bro. I'm just waiting to get out."
David's
and then when the last
homie.
season started, that's when I binged.
Okay.
And when I got there, I was like, I've missed out on so much.
Right? My thing with so Game of Thrones versus House of Dragons. Game of Thrones had a lot of characters and a lot of areas of Westeros. Parts, yeah. So it was hard to keep up. For me, it was like, even now if I think back, I'm like, oh, okay, can't miss. Like the whole middle section. Don't ask me questions. What? I can't remember shit.
Okay.
With this one, it's a little bit more contained. It's dealing with the Targaryen family, so there's less players. But the political drama, the suspense, the tension. I'm like, yes. This show is number one for me. Each and every episode. The thing is, you're on edge. You're on the edge of your seat. You're biting your fingernails because you're like, oh, you know something's gonna happen. You know.
Yeah,
throughout that whole episode, and then the thing happens at the end, and you're like,
I knew it.
But I'm still uncomfortable because the thing that happens, you're like, wow.
Okay. Maybe I'll watch season.
No, it's a really good, and the thing is, it's a prequel. So even if you've never seen House of Dragons, Game of Thrones, you're solid. You're fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
I could vibe with that.
All right. So that's our top 5. Let's dive into movies. What's your your 5th favorite movie of the year?
So my movie list is very slim.
Okay.
Just because this year I haven't watched that many, and just haven't had the time to. But I'm gonna say my 5th one would be Batman because I watched that.
Okay.
Not remember, my list isn't in chronological.
Okay,
calm down.
Yes, sorry. Okay, yeah. Little gasp of hurt.
Batman.
Yeah.
Just because the story being told is of a younger Batman, and I understand people's situation with it, was that how can the princess of vampires be Batman?
The princess, yeah.
It doesn't make sense. Like, how is this strong individual gonna be? But if you if you just tap out of that whole thing, if you don't
I don't focus on that, yeah.
If you don't compare him to another character and you just be like, this is Batman, I'm gonna watch it for Bruce Wayne and Batman, let's see what happens. It is such a nice, beautiful story.
Yeah.
Like Cobblepot, as rubbish as that man is,
Colin Farrell, you won't believe that's Colin Farrell. Looking like, what? Is that Colin Farrell?
When I looked at it, I was like,
can't be. That's not the same actor. You're lying to me.
And the cliffhanger that they left us with at the end of Batman.
That was good. Was nice
just
setup.
Like, what is the Riddler and the Joker going to be doing together? Are they going to be making nonsense, or is it just going to be a completely new villain? Unless it will be a nice build-up and they don't do the conventional.
I hope they don't. So Batman's in my list somewhere up there, but I just want to say that I hope they don't do the Joker. I think we but joke it out now.
Fair.
Yeah, we but joke it out now. My phone died, so I can't go into my list. My number 5 was Avatar: The Way of Water.
Okay.
Avatar.
Yeah, you watched it this week, didn't you?
Yeah. That's what I was saying. Like, this would have been higher up on my list if I didn't just watch it. I got to watch it the second time. But what a beautiful movie. It's a nice break away from like superhero stuff, and just like good. It's like the story's quite simple, really. That's not underselling it, but like.
No, I understand.
Without any spoilers, because I know it's like relatively fresh. I know people haven't seen it yet, so to keep it kind of spoiler free as possible, it's a good like family story. It's a good it's good world building as well. You're expanding more on Pandora and seeing more of the Na'vi.
Oh, that'd be nice. Maybe I should watch that.
Sorry, I forgot to mention
this whole
that
time.
too.
I'm just like, I don't know if I can do it. Maybe I'll just wait for it.
No, it's. I mean, you see a whole different side and a whole new different world within this world as well, and like this movie had me crying. Honest to God, I was there in the cinema. There's moments in this movie I was like, oh, the tears was rolling, bruh. Luckily, I was sitting next to a stranger. I was like, don't judge me, bruh. Don't you dare.
Can't judge me for this.
Yeah, no, you can't. Yeah, so that's my number 5.
Sure.
Number 4.
Remember, mine isn't in order.
Okay,
so you
that's
cannot
fine.
give me the. And I actually wanted to move this to like number 1, but
okay,
let me do this rather, because it is the first time that I've watched it.
Okay.
And I don't want everybody to judge me all at the same time.
Okay.
But
is this still your number 4, or are you moving into number?
Let's just stick with number 4.
Okay. Cool. That's a safe zone, man.
I mean, the rest of the public might not think the same. This year was the first year I watched Pulp Fiction.
Interesting.
That's very cool.
Okay.
It actually made me want to get cheeseburgers.
I won't judge you because I've never seen Pulp Fiction.
It is beautiful.
Really?
Watching Quarantino is wild.
Okay. I mean, I watched Fight Club for the first time this year. So, hey, don't come after Brad. Come after me. That movie blew my mind, just by the way. That movie took me out. I was like, whoa. Yeah. Right? Are you going for a high five? I don't know.
It's just like, whoa. First time I watched Fight Club.
Yeah, for this year.
Yeah, oh, that's wild.
I know.
So, Pulp Fiction is like, it's not his first film, but it's the second one. I think
Interesting, yeah. I know he takes his time with his films, right?
And he still has his normal obsession with feet and weird things.
Yeah.
But it was just, it was just cool. Like, there's this one scene where, like, when I said it made me want to get like a cheeseburger.
Yes,
there's a scene where like they explain like this whole cheeseburger thing, and I'm like, I actually want a cheeseburger now. Like,
cheeseburgers in comics is my everyday vibe. Yeah.
Like, yeah, dude. Pulp Fiction, it's on Netflix. Check it out. When you have
watching that
like
tonight.
2.5 hours.
Oh, is it 2.5 hours?
Yeah, bro. The man's movies are always long, but like it doesn't cram things in. It's just multiple stories happening at the same same time, but he doesn't jump all of the world.
Okay, it's good storytelling.
Has like sections where he plays in it, and then they lead into things.
Okay. I'm gonna watch it. I promise before this year ends, I will watch it.
Well, it's cool.
All right, my number 4. I know this one is on the fence. A lot of people didn't enjoy this one. Multiverse of Madness, Doctor Strange.
Don't go.
Yeah, no, I won't. I know you haven't seen it, but
because I know that
this is a movie. Like I said, a lot of people have been like, they feel like this phase has been pretty lackluster. Reason being because it's a lot of like setup, and you see when you go through the motions of this, because you have to do a watch of phase 4. This movie I thoroughly enjoyed. It's a Sam Raimi film. It's Doctor Strange. It's Doctor Strange meets horror, right?
Okay.
So I think this is like the first horror take on a Marvel movie. I thought it was done really well. I had a lot of fun with this movie. I saw it in cinemas. I was like, okay. I came out there, I was like, okay, it's not bad. I rewatched it when it came out on Disney Plus. I'm like, actually, I love this movie. This movie's pretty great. I enjoyed it. There's not, there's, I think also with the backstory of WandaVision, because after WandaVision kind of provides you, lead up to what's happening here. So if you watch that movie straight, it can be pretty like, what's happening now? Without spoiling too much, So but no, that's my number 4. Because if I continue, I'm going to spoil something. So
yeah. That is your number 4.
Yeah.
Damn, bro. I don't know. I don't really want to put this so low down on my list because I have so little movies that I've watched. I've always watched series.
Fair, yeah.
But my next one is Wakanda Forever. It would have been my number 1. I actually 100% it's gonna be my number 1 because I literally just have 3 on my list. But Wakanda Forever was like, it wasn't The Lion King like the first one.
Yeah.
It was just.
Was it The Lion King?
It was just the right. It was just.
It was what you needed. It was what you needed.
Right, like it was Black Panther. I understand, like. Great that they paid homage to
Chadwick's passing,
and then bringing the sister in and all that other jazz and whatever's happened within that sphere. But it was just like done so well. Like it's almost done so well. Like storytelling, build on character. The mother doing the own thing. Namor just appearing out of nowhere, and his character in itself was just like, I mean, how badass can a man with wings on his feet be?
Fair, like, yeah. Can I tell you something? What kind of favors my number 3 as well? Now for it would have been higher. I think the only reason why, because my 1 and 2, I'll get to that. But like, this movie was great. Don't get me wrong. It's everything. I know a lot of people after seeing the movie. I've spoken to a lot of people, and they're like, they may have done it a little bit too much on like the ceremonial type stuff, and like, it feels like a love letter to Chadwick Boseman, and like you can. But I'm like, that's what I love about this movie, is because you can feel the loss. You can feel the space Chadwick left within the cast.
Is missing.
Exactly, but it didn't put this movie at a disadvantage. The story still progressed. The characters you still got to see the characters you love, and you're mourning Chadwick with these characters. So it was a very emotional movie. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's very like you're there. Like. Exactly, and I feel like it's very rare for a movie or like any form of media to kind of like have that worldwide expression throughout. So there's sorrow in this movie, and people in the theater feel that sorrow in their heart. But so that emotional aspect is there. But like you say, Namor, we're expanding on this world.
Yeah.
And the Talokans. I remember when we did the young review, I couldn't remember. I was like, it's Atlantis. But the Talokanians, that whole culture, it's amazing. It's bonkers good.
Okay.
Second movie for the year for you.
My second movie was by my favorite director, Guy Ritchie. The Gentleman.
It is a good movie. It's good. Charlie Hunnam.
Yeah. Like, I've always liked. He always sort of does the same thing, like British. When it's him directing it, not like Sherlock Holmes or whatever. When it's him directing, he sort of does the same thing. So like, if you watch Lock, Stock and Two Smoking Barrels, if you've watched Snatch, if you've watched whatever, it's like sort of the same thing, but he does it in like a modern term or like what's relevant at that time period. So like The Gentleman makes sense because like Graham Pot in
it's like a
Britain is...
It's like a nice gangster movie without it being too gritty, right?
Just like...
Yeah.
I feel like one of the boys.
Yeah. And it's kind of... Because what I like about that, it's like the old school gangster meets the new school gangster. And you see like the old school like wear suits and everything. And then the
like
new
the
school like track suits and all that. So I like that movie.
What is the Irish guy, what's his name?
Colin Farrell.
Yeah, Colin Farrell.
Yeah.
He's such a G, man. He's just like, come on, swing.
I love him in the fish and chip shop.
Yeah, that's when he was like,
bonkers,
smacks the knife out of him. He's like, come on, don't dance around. I was like, ooh.
And my second movie of the year is Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Damn you for watching that.
Oh, dude.
It looks absolutely insane.
It's so good. It's so fun. And it's an A24. I don't think there's an A24 movie I've watched that I'm disappointed in. Every from The Green Knight to mid-90s to this movie is great. This is a nice like multiversal movie, but done in such a fun way. Yeah. And a great cast of characters as well. And again, at the heart of a story, it's a story about family.
That's cool.
It's so good.
Like you told me about it, I just haven't had a chance to watch it, but
no, that's something
definitely would.
Yeah. Before this year closes, I'll watch Pulp Fiction. You watch Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Fair. Then my number one.
Remember, number one movie
if it's
of the
not
year.
in like chronological order for mine.
Yeah.
I picked Intergalactic. That Kid Cudi.
I forgot that came out. I'm so mad. The animation.
Like Into the Spider-Verse kind of vibe.
Yes.
I mean, it's a nice like love film, like heartwarming kind of thing, where this dude is like a graffiti artist.
It's a good modern love story. Yeah.
And it's done really nice. Also like in that weird, not weird, but in a
great animation
great
style,
art form.
Yeah. No, I forgot that. Okay, that'll be an honorable mention for me, because my number one is the Batman. Yeah, that's film.
Don't judge my Batman for being in the bottom.
No.
Not in order.
No. I get it. Yours isn't chronological. It was tough for me because, like, I feel like it's a little bit on the nose for me to choose a superhero movie to kind of be my number one. But Batman's my favorite character. That whole storytelling, it's 3 hours of greatness.
It was 3 hours.
Yeah.
It's not like an hour and a half, bro.
Really?
Yeah,
that for me, you got the detective side. I love it when a Batman isn't perfect. When you give me a non-perfect Batman still struggling, you see him get beat. There's that way he's paragliding off the police station and he crashes hard, the bus rolls. That's perfect. I love to see that this hero is not perfect.
And he doesn't have all of his tools working correctly for him.
100%,
He doesn't have the glider. He doesn't have like a solid Batmobile. He doesn't have he doesn't have all of these gadgets, but he's making do with what he has.
Exactly.
Like
this is a lot more gritty and darker story.
You know what? Story. That, like, the Batman sort of reminds me of is Chip Zdarsky's.
Yes.
The Knight.
The Batman the Knight.
Batman the Knight.
Yes.
It's
prelude
like that,
kind of to.
It's like Batman as a teenager and then going on to become Batman.
It's always nice to get a development story. You see where he's coming at. Yeah. No, I love that. All right, guys, those are our top picks. Technically, for 2022, let us know in the comments down below. Hit us up. And then just for some information on the giveaway. So at 100 subscribers, Brad and I will be giving away, we have 3 different packs. We have a Spider-Man pack, we have a Batman pack, and we have a Joker pack. Maybe a little added surprise. So we will be giving away at 100 subscribers.
Yeah.
How to enter? So you make sure you subscribe to the channel, YouTube channel. Share with 3 of your buds, and then make sure you're following Brad and I on Instagram as well. And then just send us screen grabs of you sharing this post, this episode, sorry, my words. And then let us know who's your favorite character in comic books.
Yeah.
And then that will win you 1 ticket into the giveaway at 100 subscribers.
At 100 subscribers, we're looking forward to having you guys around for very much longer.
Yeah.
And we've got some exciting things happening within the next year.
For the coming year, Brad and I planning
a few things.
Some cool things.
Yeah.
Some cool things for 2023. This is Episode 6, and it's been fun. 2022 has been a year, and we hope you are having a lovely December, reading all your comic books and watching all your movies.
Getting some statues.
And being safe, and enjoying Christmas and the New Year with your family.
Don't eat too much.
No, eat all the food, bro.
I mean, all that.
All of it.
Eat, pass out, eat some more.
Yeah.
Pass out again.
Wake up and eat some more biscuits.
Then have dessert after that.
And until next time, until 2023, peace.